All right, mods, the Track Studio accountants just called to remind me to brief you on budgets.
Did they ask about me?
No. Why?
No reason.
Budgeting in Track Studio is easier than balancing your checkbook. Most of the time, you won't be worrying too much about maxing out the items in your world, but like most things in life, there is a ceiling for how much stuff you can play with. The sky is the limit, but try hard enough, and eventually you'll actually reach the sky. There are 4 types of budgets in Track Studio: the track budget, prop budget, terrain budget, and the theme mixing limit. You can only make your track so long, so if you plan on adding alternate routes after your first blissful drive with your steamroller, be sure to set aside some budget for that. Think of it as a highway development fund. When it comes to props, there are actually 2 budgets: total props and unique props. The first time you place a prop, it uses more budget space than all the subsequent copies. Kind of like business cards. Setting up the first one costs a lot. The second one costs almost nothing. So you can have thousands of the same tree in your world because all but one are actually copies. If they were all unique props, you'd run out of budget a lot sooner. As well, you can only have so many things showing up on screen at once. If a lot of props are clustered together, they may start to pop in and out. You can minimize hallucinations like this by staying off the cough medicine. I know I've learned my lesson. And by keeping props spread out. If you want to delete multiple props, there are 3 ways to do it depending on your needs. One way is to use the marquee selection in Select Props to lasso and kill a group of props. Another is to go to the Currently Used tab in the props list, where you can delete all of a particular prop. Finally, for fans of the Scorched Earth policy, delete all the props in the world by going to the Clear Props option located under Reset in the Global Change section of the Circle menu. If you find you're maxing out your terrain budget, it may be because of instead of deleting unwanted terrain, you're painting over it. Suppose you build a mighty mountain, then change your mind and flatten it with a height brush. You haven't deleted the mountain, just added a flatter layer on top of it. It's like sweeping dirt under a rug. The dirt's still there, it's just out of sight. Out of sight, out of mind is a fine mantra if you've got budget to burn, but if not, you may want to reclaim terrain budget by deleting terrain, especially if you can no longer see it. To do this, go into the Terrain Cleanup option located in the Mod Terrain section of the Circle menu. The last thing to remember is that while you can pull props from other themes, you can only mix props from the theme you're in and 2 additional themes, for a total of 3. So if you're planning to mix and match, choose your 3 themes well.
1 + 2 carry the 4.
Biff?
Just checking. You're good.